Alrighty, industrial projection. Let's start there, shall we? Um, Currently, what we've all been doing at the moment is getting production going. We've got the moon, which is ace. This is what I wanted us to be able to utilize. You guys had the pop on that yesterday, which is fantastic. When it comes to just general production that we want to be doing across the board, I've got the projects up for life support backup units, core temperature regulators, auto integrity seals. We need as many of those as feasible when it comes to production, especially when it comes to alliance-based stuff. They're going to be popping out, as well as just general ore. The new taxation for the moon, I'll be discussing that with Shinzo and the shop a little bit later when they're free, and that should be ironed out hopefully sometime next week. And I'm not going to give it a rough day because I don't know when I'll be able to catch Sharp and Shinzo next because they're both in the US time zone, but I will do my best. I just want us to be able to, on the industrial side, focus on as much mining and production as we can. We're already solid in PvP department. You guys are all active. You're doing what you need to do to defend our pockets, to make sure we keep neutrals out as much as we can, regardless of any potential internal constraints and such. So we'll continue our projection in that regard as we can. Which moves me on to our next topic in terms of consistent corporate activities. Going forward, we're going to be having a lot of PvP content. I'm going to try to base things as much as is feasibly possible around the weekend if I'm able to do so, just to make it easier on all of you guys in terms of work and family time and all that sort of jazz. If I'm able to do so, if weekends aren't great for people, I'll put out a poll or something like that, and we'll try and figure out when is the most ideal time. But it's looking to be around 19 to 23 or 19 to 22, which is where we're sitting in terms of optimum projection, which is fine to me. I've got no issue with that. I can stay up and do that. What we'll be doing is predominantly PvP. Projection is going to be in terms of fleet-based warfare, as well as general hand-run tactics. There will be Black Ops in the future, but that will be a little bit further down the line, as some folks can utilize bombers, some folks can't. I just want to make sure that we have the capacity to do that, as well as have in and out signers by a few folks, not just key people. I want most of us to be able to do it, so that we have interchangeability. When it comes to scalable operations, it's really, really important that that's a possibility. Hey,
Hey, Griff.
no worries. All right, that moves me on to the third point, which is training regiments. Yeah, Griffith. Training regiments side of things, what I'll be making sure that we're able to do. Those have died down a little bit, mostly due to the strats and CTAs, which have now apparently ceased altogether. So what I'll be trying to do is make sure that we have those as frequently as possible. I'll try to again do them daily like we were before. If no CTO strat somehow suddenly decides to rear its head, pop out from under the desk and grab us by our loins and drag us away somewhere. If that's allowed, then we'll continue down the training regiment side of things. Everyone has been taught to a slight degree tackle. What we'll be doing from there is basic hunting mechanics, which I believe everyone needs an understanding of from top to bottom, at least when it comes to how to orient your D-scan, how to be able to hunt and scan things down, how quickly you can do it, and roughly the time dilation of travel, which is really, really important when it comes to grabbing things, especially when it comes to ship class and size. Those things are paramount for you to understand, because that's also, when you have an understanding of those, it's also pushes you to be able to choose different ships, figure out how they work, what works best, what doesn't, which application goes where, what you can hold down, what you can't hold down, for how long, and that sort of stuff. Our fourth point here is content creation and projection. What I'd like us to, or rather what we need to be able to do more consistently. I've been seeing a few of you guys putting up memes. That's fucking ace. To be honest, I think that's great. Pictures have been ace as well. Putting those out, helping our brother corporation, Project Omega, with projection of their side of recruitment as well has been fantastic. Bumping those posts as they bump ours have been ace. The more we continue doing that, the better it's going to be in terms of recruits coming to our door. That's what we want to be able to do. Ideally, if we're able to do some small videos, like let's say there's times I'm not on during the European time zone and you guys are on during the US TZ, if you can do just like short snippet videos, even like 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute clips, something like that, doing mining, PvE, going out hunting, that sort of stuff. Doesn't have to be super professional. Anything like that, and just posting them in, say, the Corp chat or in the Gorilla Sig or anywhere else, whichever you feel is fine. Even off topic is all right. Putting that out there, I can take those clips, edit them up, make them look a little bit snazzy and all that shit, and then throw them onto the YouTube channel. Anything like that is good propaganda. It's good for the corporation. So if you're able to do any of that sort of stuff and not have too much of an issue about it, fantastic. If you have NVIDIA GeForce, for example, as a built-in thing that you can use, similar sort of thing that I'm recording with at the moment, you can just record that, hit Alt F9 like I did on the keyboard, and it will just start recording shit. Certain qualities you can set up on it as you go with, but it's pretty basic, pretty easy, and the less time you spend recording, the less memory it is, and you can just send that off as a video file either to me, or you can upload it to your own YouTube and then send me the link if you want. We can put it up on the Corporate One official, or can just have it tied to you, as I'm fine either way, to be honest. But more of that would be ideal. That moves me on to our final point, which is our joint operations with our brother corporation, Project Omega. Now, as you guys have already been aware, we've been doing a lot of boosts in terms of recruitment when it comes to operating with Project Omega. They've also been helping us on that side. We're going to be bolstering that as we go. I've yet to talk with some of the directors to finalize a couple of things, but that will be happening hopefully sometime either the end of this week, so tomorrow or today. If not tomorrow or today, then definitely next week. We're going to make that stuff happen and see what we can actually figure out in that regard. Moving on from there, we should be getting more joint PvP operations. They're also US time zone with some EU time zone as well. So together we should be seeing a pretty decent and hefty projection of force in terms of what we can do and what we can't do. And then from there, I would say it's just a case of snowballing. The possibilities are between our organizations and what we can do and how we can do it. All right. I shall leave it at that for the corporation meeting. Nice, short, and sweet. Feel free to go about your days, lads.
Thanks, Shadow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.